Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? Welcome back to Farming Simulator 17 here in the Tyrolean Alps. We are just starting the epic climb with a full 15,000 litres of grain all the way up to the top. Well, up to the high meadows. Up to the high meadows where the cows are. Whether or not we're actually going to successfully get all the way up there with this tractor and a full trailer, I really don't know at this point. I've decided to go with the Bureau for this particular journey. I think that it's got the power that it needs. But, yeah, we'll see. This is the ultimate quest. The ultimate quest. What I'm also going to do is we've got 3 hours left in order for the water to be finished, so I'm gonna start fast forwarding time during our climb up here just to see if we can get the water done before we get up there, and then we'll be able to run water in for the cows. I'm hoping they won't all die before we get up there, which would be, I can't imagine they're going to. I can't imagine that they're actually going to perish just for having water, not having water for a little while. I don't think the game actually does that. Now, we've got a little bit of slip there. You can see on the front wheels, it's slipping just a tiny bit. Although, in real life, when you've got four-wheel drive engaged, the front wheels turn faster than the back wheels. I don't just mean they turn a little bit faster so that, you know, it sort of compensates for what's on the ground. The wheels, or at least they used to with four-wheel drive, they would actually, the rubber at the bottom of the wheel would actually be going through the ground a little bit faster than the wheels at the back. Something like 5% faster or something like that. And this was done in order to assist with grip. But I'd be surprised if new tractors do this. But this is not a new tractor. This is an older tractor. So this one may still be doing that. This is the real test right here. This is the steep bit right here. I've got 15,000 litres here. We've probably got 8 tons of grain in this trailer, and we're down to 2k, 1k, and we've stopped. We're now going backwards. This is always a nerve-wracking point, is when you actually start going backwards for something like this. We try a wiggle. A wiggle can sometimes work. You go one way and then you start to go the other way, and it can sometimes move you, but I don't... Oh, no, we've got some grip. If I can wiggle it a little bit, we might still be able to do this. But I think we've got too much weight in our trailer. I think we've overdone it, and I think we have decided to try and get up here with just too much weight. And also, the trip to the high meadows here is seems to be fraught with peril. Okay, reversing test. Serious reversing test there. Back round into this little bit here. We're going to have to go a different direction. And there is one other way that we can go. Ooh, whoa, I've gone way too far now. Okay, let's slow that down. We are 5:30. That should be fine. But no, there is actually one other route that we can take. We do have another track. I got my brakes on full at the moment. Now, where was that route? We came through it previously. I seen it previously. I went too far there. Right, so we came through here. I think I actually need to just follow our track out the end of our animals down this way. I'm going to run down this way. Like this. We're just going to run out along the meadow here. Along here. And it's this track here. This is the one that we're going to follow, and we're going to hope that this one will allow us to go back up into the mountains. I don't know how steep it is up the back route. I'm thinking that we'll be alright. I think we can do this. We come up through here. I know it was a little bit narrow here in places when we walked through, and we've got those 2 bridges to go across, but I think we're alright, except that there's rocks and stumps. Is this the... Maybe this isn't the one that I'm supposed to be going through. No, this... It's not that one. Do I need to go above this I need to go above here. I'm at the wrong point. See, if I actually owned this farm, I would know which way I was supposed to go. So just ignore me spinning round tightly there. That bit doesn't count. And it's not this here. There's one point right at the top where we go between the fences. That's the bit that I'm a little bit concerned about, as to whether or not we can actually do it. So where did I go from here? I've got that track there. Oh no, it's this one. This is the track. This one goes along here. So that one, does it go up that way? If it goes up that way, that's the one that we want. It's going to slow down anyway. Yes, that's the one that we want. But, you know what? Before we do this, I'm going to actually just jump up here, like this. We'll visit, like this. And this bit here is fine. We should be able to get through this, but it's that up there. Coming down won't be a problem. I should have done the water while I was up there. We'll do that. It's up here. Is the Bureau going to be able to get through this piece? I think the Bureau will get up. Get through there. I think it'll get through here. Okay, he will. That's not too steep for it there. So we got to go round a long way in order for this to work. But it will do it. It can actually do this. I'm confident that the Bureau can cope with this. We've got grass back at the farm, so we'll be able to get some alpine sheep as well. We'll be able to sort of go through and we'll buy some of them. I'm going to feed the cows up fully first. So we'll bring this one up round. We've got our track right here. And I'm going to stick to this track, and I'm going to I'm hoping that we can get through these trees. And then we've got the bridge. We got two rather flimsy bridges that we've got to get across as well. But I'm hoping that they're actually quite strong bridges and that we can drive through them, because going up that vertical incline just isn't going to happen with this trailer full of grain. And I would like to be able to get up to... I mean, yeah, I could, like, tip out half the trailer of grain. And we could go up there with, like, 8 ton instead of 15 ton. Well, technically it's not 15 tons, is it? It's probably more like 10 tons. Now, this is the big question, is can I wiggle? Yes, I can. Right, we can get through this bit. It's not really designed for heavy traffic, even coming up this way. Even though this is the more level route of the two. But so far, so good. Well, getting up that wasn't much of a problem. We got up there okay. Now we need to come down here, and here is the actual test. Can we get across this bridge? We've got a rope bridge that we're going to try and drive a tractor and trailer across. And it would appear that we can get across the rope bridge. Whether or not this rope bridge is actually meant for this is a different matter entirely, but it does go. Right. We can get across there, so I'm going to just make the assumption that it is designed for that job, and we're going to be fine. We can get through there. It's meant for that. And there's no problems with it whatsoever. The tractor is light enough. The bridge is specifically designed to be able to carry that weight. I realise that it's probably not. Actually, see, I don't know anything about bridge design whatsoever. I could be completely wrong, and it could be that that bridge is actually designed to carry some quite heavy loads. Probably not that amount of grain, admittedly, but I could be wrong on that. So anybody that does know for certain one way or the other, you know, please let me know. Is this like just wrong? Should I not be doing this at all? Or is it actually surprisingly, yes, it can go across there? Neither one would surprise me, to be honest. At this point, nothing would really surprise me about it, because I've made so many really bad errors on this, like the whole learning that nobody speaks Austrian in Austria, they speak German. I really didn't know that. I genuinely, that really did sort of throw me. I was like, what, really? And then I went and looked it up, and yeah, it's Austrian German, but so it's like a regional dialect, but it's pretty close. If you're learning German, if German's not your first language, then you may struggle to understand some of the phrases and terminology and stuff, because it could get a little bit confusing. But generally speaking, that is the language that you would be speaking. You would still be able to understand them, and they would be able to understand you. Do I go... I'm actually going to take this all the way over to the cows with this full thing of grain, just because I'm curious if I can actually get all the way over there. And, I mean, if I can, yeah, it's going to be absolutely brilliant. We're going to get stuck right here. No, we're not. We just managed to sort of do a little bit of a run up there, just on that bit, so that we can get through. And then up this bit here is going to be no problem at all. Getting up into the actual meadow might be slightly more of a challenge. But I still think that we can do it all right. And then we can bring it back down this way so that we can put some stuff in for the sheep. But, yeah, that track going up into the high meadow would... I'm guessing that if you've got, like, work to do up there, you would possibly, you know, if it was on a regular basis, you'd bring your vehicles this way round. Now, the Lindner fit through here, but will this one? Are we going to get through? We are. Just. The wheels brushed the sides. I don't care. I don't care. We got through. That's the only bit that matters now. We actually made it. So we come down here, and I now need to get straight across. So we're just going to run straight across here. And there's the really steep bit that we didn't quite make it on. And this, now, the water should be finished here. So we'll get to this point here. And we'll stop there. Right. The water is now finished. I can go to U. And we press R to fill it up. There we go. The cows have got their water. They are now happy. The cows are now happy. So let's go and have a look through here and just check our oh, there's the alpine cows. See, they went down to 52%, but we've now got water, so they'll be okay. We've got some grass, which is 50%, and then in theory 50% grass, wheat, barley. So just tipping this wheat and barley in should be the rest of what we need. Going to come up this way. This is kind of where the track goes. I mean, I could come round the top end there. Actually, I think coming round the top end would have been the better option. Am I supposed to tip in there, or do I tip here where I am? I tip here where I am. I don't really know what that one is there, but that whether that's just like the bits are still on it or what, or whether I'm supposed to be tipping this in there. Nope, that tips. Okay, let's stop that a minute and just double check that we have. Yes, we have, but look at that. 2,300 wheat barley here. I've only got 30 cows. It looks like there is a very large chunk of this is going in for into these cows. Right, I've put 10,000 litres in there, and that's not full yet. Mind you, the grass is pretty much the same. This is 50-50 on it, though, isn't it? You've got to keep that in mind. All right, we'll tip the whole lot out here. And to go for the sheep, we'll have to go back round again. And, if we do sheep... So, it's a good job that I didn't decide to go for sheep, I think. Let me just fast forward this a little bit now so that we can get through. We got power food on the cows down the bottom has climbed down a little bit. Let me just do that and we'll see what we got. I think they've used... Yeah, they've used a little bit now. So, they've had some of that. This doesn't immediately jump back up, but it's looking good. I believe that we're going to be all right. Straw. We're going to want straw. I think that one there might actually be for straw. We don't have any straw yet, so we need to keep that into... What is that? We need to keep account of this. We keep in mind that we don't yet have any straw. See, we've got another one of these up here. This one doesn't actually have anything, but I'm not sure what those are about. We've got a little track here. Oh, I see. Oh, we got a bench. Come out here and you can have a look. We don't want to fall down there too far. And yeah, so our grain storage is not that one. Our grain storage is down on that one. It doesn't look like there is anywhere that we can have an easy track running down there. And also, we don't have an easy track getting up here either. We've got a really steep bit up here, or we've got to go right the way round that mountain and come up the back. That's the only two options we've got. I'm wondering if a half a trailer would be able to go up the front. And I could get down the front way. We can go down that way. It's just climbing up here is a serious problem. But we're not going to worry about sheep. We're not going to sort of concern ourselves with sheep now. What we will do is we'll head back down the meadow, and this time we are going to go back down this way. So we're just gonna need to take it easy. And this is the sort of thing that would make you nervous, right? I'm gonna actually. Okay, I'm stuck here already. I'm trying to reverse up out of it. There we go. We'll just do it like that a little bit. Let's see what this is like from in-cab, because, quite frankly, the idea of this... Look at the angles of the trees and everything as we come down here. As long as you keep moving, I think it'll be alright. You can't see very well down in there. But yeah, so long as you keep moving, you're alright. You've just got to keep moving steadily. And then you've got the thing with the brakes. If you... See, I've always been told that if you hit the brakes too hard when you're coming down steep hills, you can start to slide. And that's the bit that sort of is very nerve-wracking. But, you know, when you've got this much wheel on the ground, when you've got twin wheels all the way across, imagine it's going to be slightly different. It is going to make a bit of a difference to it all. And, oh, what was the other thing? I wanted to do a bit of muck spreading, but I've kind of fast-forwarded time a little bit too much for that, and now I'm kind of reached the point where I don't want to do too much muck spreading, because it's getting dark. Let's go and do the water a second, and then we'll decide about the muck spreading. I'm still undecided on muck spreading, so let's turn you off there, and we'll run along over here. We can put the water in for the pigs, we can put the water in for the cows, and we can do water for the sheep as well. So we've got here, you've already got water. You're at 100%. You are at 100%. So we've got no problem with water. I think it was just the one up the top that needed water that was going to be an issue. This one down here doesn't seem to be any problem at all. Then we come over to you, and you're at 100% as well. You know, I probably could have just checked that if I'd done it on here. So yeah, you're fine for water. Power food, not so much, and hay, not so much either. We've got, over here, let's go back and have a look and see if any of this has changed. This one here is 5,540. That's slurry in there. This one here is still saying grass 2%. Nothing seems to have changed. I think that is just grass, not hay in there. So we're not going to have hay for our cows. So we're just going to fast forward time now. Nothing's changed in any of it. So this makes me think that hay goes in here and comes out as hay. Can you pick up hay with the potager? It used to be that if you picked up hay, it came out as something different. Let's have a look in the actual machines while we're jumping forward time a little bit. We're going to go to tomorrow now. And where are we with loading wagon? Right there. Hay. Right. You can also collect grass, hay, or straw. So in theory, it should pick hay up off the ground, and we should actually be able to make hay. So what we might do then, it depends if Seasons allows us to store the hay up in the loft up there, or if it's going to disappear. But yeah, what we might do is we might take it out, go and tip it on the ground in the field, dry it, and then pick it back up again, and then we've got some hay that we could do something with, because we've got patches here. We do want to do something with this meadow up here as well. I'm going to camp out tonight. Camp out up here, so we can skip night with Alt-N like that, and we will skip until morning, rather than dawn. A little bit of rain. It's probably going to stop raining in a minute. Oh no, it's going to stay raining. Great. Really want it to do this. Right, so we've got 11,000 in sold milk. Our alpine cows up here, we've got 47. The grass is way down. 48. Oh, they're reproducing. How many did we buy to start with? I'm not actually sure, to be honest. Sheep, they're reproducing. So we need more wheat and barley up there for them. We need a lot more grass up there for them. At the moment, that's on 64%. I don't know if we've got to get silage, hay, mixed rations, that sort of stuff up to them. If we do, we're going to struggle. we are really going to struggle to get all of those things up there for them. Who had the milk? They have the milk tank there, and they also have a milk tank there. Their milk tank, 9,200. Are they selling? I don't know. They've got liquid manure up there. We've got liquid and we've got solid down here. That's just got wool for the alpine sheep. Don't need to worry about them. So grass is dropping. That power food is dropping there. This is going up. Straw. We want to get some straw, but I also want the ground to dry out a little bit. If the ground would please kindly dry out, that would be a lot better. We got a great demand for wool at the moment. To ignore that for a sec. We go through here and we'll have a look. How much are we going to get for wool? 10,000 per litre. I want to keep fast forwarding time until we've got the thingy disappear. It's not there. Right, you can see, you look up in that piece right there, you can see the water droplets. That means that the ground is wet, so we can't make hay. Also, let's have a look over here. We still got the grass in here. Right, that one's gone now, so we can stop fast forwarding time. That's all gone. We can have a look in here, and that's still saying grass. So we've got just plain grass. So that bypasses the seasons thing where the grass disappears, which is a good thing. How much wool have we got? One thing of wool right there. Animals, let's go and have a look at you. This on 81%. Wool is just down the hill. Grass, we've got 1,000. So literally the only thing that we could do is take the grass out of there. And I would say we'll do that with the forage wagon. And we'll use this one to do it, because I want to see if this one can pull a loaded wagon up the hill. Get rid of that. I'm curious what the strength of this one is compared to the other one. We're slow enough going up there with just a mower. Actually, we took this one up the hill, didn't we? This one actually went up the hill. I mean, yeah, it did slow down and it did struggle with it, but it still got up that hill. Although this one was empty. When it's empty, it's a fair bit different to when it's full. Can we put the grass into this one? Because if we can, then we don't need to worry about getting... we'll leave the hay for a minute, and we'll just do the grass. Let's put you back under there like that, and... No. Okay, let's try just moving you back over a little bit further. It's not... Oh, it is. Ah, okay. We'll put... Yeah, and it is coming out as grass. So we'll put all the grass into there, all 14,000 litres, and then we will head up and we will see if we can get this one up that steep hill. I don't think we're going to be able to. I don't think that's going to be an option. But if it is... Excellent, that would be wonderful. We've then got enough grass just to keep them going. I don't really mind if we got to wait another day to get some more grain up there. A bigger tractor, this one's not going to pull this up that hill. I can tell you that now. You see how much it's slowing down? I just don't think it's going to do it. Even though we can sort of wiggle it around a little bit, it's going to be too steep to get it up that last piece up there. Is already going plenty. Yeah, no, look at that. See how much that's slowing down just where it's... I mean, yeah, part of that is that it was grounding out a little bit. I think this is a waste of time, to be honest. I think we'd have... Our time would be better served if we were to run round the long way. I'm thinking, though, if we were to get a slightly more powerful tractor, we might actually be able to do this. Because I've gone for small tractors on this. And because you would use small tractors. And let's be honest, it's not entirely realistic dragging this kind of weight up a mountain pass like this. You wouldn't use this much weight. But I also am aware that I do want to, you know, kind of speed things along a little bit. I don't want to take too long over everything. We get to here. It's that steep bit over there. It's that one little steep bit over there. That's the real test on it. Because you get to here and it starts to speed up a little bit and you think, oh, you know what? I think we're actually going to do this. We seem to be making some good progress. I actually said that when the Bureau was coming up here. I thought, yep, this is looking good. We're going to do it. We're going to get up here. And then we got to the actual steep bit, which was up there. And, yeah, it all ground to a halt. It went horribly, horribly wrong. And that was the end of that. So is it going to do it again? Indubitably. Undoubtedly. Almost definitely, certainly. We're slowing down, and are we going to stop? I got 14,500, almost exactly the same weight that we were trying to pull last time. Grass and grain don't have different weights in the game itself. I'm still going. I'm actually still moving. And I didn't think that they had different weights, but this one's still going, whereas the Bureau had stopped by this point. Now, I don't know if it's because of the different trailed vehicle we got on the back, but I've actually done it. It's going faster now, and I'm able to go slightly at an angle, so I can get up through here. Right, well, the only answer to this is to put that trailer on, this tractor, and see if it will pull it up this hill. If it does, that means that this one's got slightly more power than the Bureau, even though the horsepower numbers are the other way round. Okay, we can stop right there. Let me just have a look at the we got to look at these numbers a minute. Let's see. So this one here, 75 kilowatts or 102 horsepower, and then the Bureau down this way. Where are you? Right there, 99 kilowatts or 135 horsepower. Let's see anything else. 43k. That one's 40k. I don't get it. This one, it might just be that the trailer versus the forage wagon, that's the bit that seals it. And so yeah, the only real test is to get the trailer, fill it up with grain, and test that one again. We're not going to do that just yet. At least we know that we can get up here with this one. Whether or not we can get up with the grain trailer full, we don't yet know. It's something that we will find out a little bit later on. But we'll bring you back in around here, and we will tip all of you out there, like that. We've also got to take into account the fact that these cows are breeding at a frightening rate. We've got 55 of them up here now, and I'm pretty sure we only bought 30. I'm positive that we only bought 30, and now we've got 55 cows, and we're getting a new one every 30 minutes. I don't really know what to do about that, because that's a rather alarming rate that they are breeding. It's going to make it difficult to keep up with. I mean, yeah, we can sell some of them. We've got 15,000 litres of grass up here now, but with the wheat and the barley, that's not enough for another day. We're gonna need to do something about that. We're gonna need to sell some of these animals. Whether we could come up here and take some and take them away and do it like that. I don't want to do that, though. I don't want to take them away and sell them. So what we'll do is we'll have some collected, I think. We go to here. Wait a minute. What's this one? I thought this was it. That one's not it, apparently. Where's the buy box for the cows? I thought that was it down there. I pressed... Oh, no, it's here. It's this side. There we go. Right. 2,000 for those. Wait, what? The fee is 450. There. So... Oh, no, I don't want... I want to sell. The fee is 450. Sell 800. I get 409 euros for one. That is pitiful. That really is. Oh, I know. We go here into seasons, and we go this way, and then we go... Have they added the alpine cows in? And they haven't. Well, the last day of spring, in theory, the animals should be at a reasonable price, although these are saying 5,700. The alpine cows, they're not on here, and I've got no idea where we would find that information. Because there's nothing here. We got honey. We got beet. Honey is, yeah, that's all at nothing at the moment. We got any others? I got the straw bale there. Grass bale, hay, manure. Nope. Okay, so we've got no extra indication. I'm going to sell a load of these animals now. No, that's buying. I want to sell. So we're going to sell all the way down to 40 cows because of the frightening rate at which they're breeding. That's going to get us 6,000, which is not a great deal. That's enough to buy 3 new animals later on. So there we go. We sell those. That's... We've still got 40 of them left. Let's improve this slightly. We'll go and we will do this with the water here. There we go. Fill that one up completely. And done. And then we'll run this back down to the bottom, and then I want to do a little bit of muck spreading on the grass down there. So let's not go insanely fast down here, shall we? Let's have a controlled descent rather than just a fall. And things would probably be looking a little bit better for us. The way that we came down that hill, I think that trailer is actually quite a bit heavier than the Pottinger, which would explain the struggle to get up there while it was full of grain. We're not going to worry about that for a minute. I'm going to quickly jump down, and I'm just going to leave that one there. And we're going to get our muck spreader on now. We're going to do a little bit of muck spreading over on the grass just to see how that works out. So we can leave the muck spreader right there for a second. We can jump into the Kramer. It says, there we go. Right. So what? Oh no. I'm going to leave that one there. Turn back round a little bit. Leave our line of pumpkins right there. And now we can head up this way, and then we can start loading that one up. We haven't got that much left to load into it. We got some, but not a vast amount. I'm going to end up swiping these pumpkins. But what I really want to do is I want to get this one here loaded up. If we can get this all filled right up, we can then go and do a little bit of muck spreading up in the grass, and that way we get a significantly increased yield. So I'm going to kind of do it close to where we were doing the mowing before, so that we have got the space to be able to mow the better yielding stuff, and we'll make hay while it's down there. Obviously now our plan of pulling the grass out and trying to dry that out on the ground has fallen through, because I've gone and fed it all to our alpine cows up the top. But we did manage to get up there. I thought that was good. I'm quite pleased that we got up there. Really, tell me in the comment section, are those rope bridges, I'm pretty sure I've got that wrong. You know, looking at the bridges, they don't look like they would be able to withstand a tractor and trailer going over them. They really don't. But I've already been so wrong about some things for the Alpine region that I've also been very wrong about other things as well. At this point, I genuinely wouldn't be surprised if it does take it. If that bridge is actually designed for it, and I don't know, maybe it's a steel rope or something like that. But yeah, and it is actually meant for the tractors to go around, and you'd be less likely to be trying to drag them up the steeper hill up this side. That would be the more unrealistic approach to it. I think the amount of grain I'm trying to carry up the hill is an unrealistic approach, but again, I'm not entirely certain. So this is quite the learning curve for me. I thought I knew about how to farm on a hill, but farming on a hill and farming on the side of a mountain do appear to be two entirely different things. And who would have thunk it? I mean, seriously, who'd have guessed that it was completely different farming on some, you know, ground that's got some hills, and then ground that's genuinely actually a mountain. Yeah, the kind of the steepest ground that I experienced would have been that field there that we're about to go into now. We've done a bit of ground in there, and so I've done steep hills, you know, and I think that there are, you know, like this here. This is quite steep, this bit, and then it gets steeper up the top. I'm familiar with hills. I know what a hill is like. I know how to, you know, I know what's involved with driving on hills. And then I come here and I feel like a rank amateur that doesn't know anything about them whatsoever. And it's kind of a humbling experience, and at the same time, it's one of those things where you just sort of think, my whole life has been a lie. I thought that I knew what I was talking about, and it turns out that I didn't actually know anything at all. And because I'm muck spreading going up the hill, I'm going very, very slowly. And I want to go faster than this. I'm wondering if I could, like, switch it off and do it in sections like this. Maybe that would work. It's... It seems to. I'm... Yeah, alright. We'll speed it up a little bit now. Go along like this. And I tell you what, those crickets that you can hear, it sounds almost tropical, that does. And I love it. I really do. I love that sound because of just how tropical it actually, seems to be. I know that it's not tropical, that it's mountain crickets rather than anything else. I'm going along the edge here as much as I think that I can get away with without causing any problems. And then we're going to come down this way. And sort of come down there so that I can turn without having to turn sharply on the hill, because I don't want to turn sharp on the hill, because pretty sure that's bad by anybody's standards, even by people who live in mountains. Although it wouldn't surprise me if someone turned around and said, well, no, you can turn sharply going down the hill if you really want to. Just go for it. You've got twin wheels on, dude. You can do anything you want. I don't know. Never having actually driven a vehicle myself with twin wheels on it, I don't know what the stability situation is like with them. And I've seen them. I've seen them doing some crazy stuff, but I've never experienced it firsthand. And sometimes you've got to experience these things firsthand to really get a feel for it. And you do. When you're driving, when you're operating machinery, it's not all about just kind of numbers and, oh, it does this and it does that. You can feel the response of the machine with the different things that it does. You genuinely do. You feel it right up through the vibrations of the machine, how it's responding, the sound. There's 101 different indicators of how the machine is responding to any of the different tasks that you're setting it. And that's recognizing those responses and changes and the tone that the machine is taking and stuff like that. That is all part of driving it. Now, I'm going to put the hired help going on this, and we'll see how it will cope with it. It's going to get to there. It's going to really slow down, naturally. Probably should only be spreading going downhill. That would be a better way of doing this, I think. Now, of course, it's going to go and drive into one of those trees, isn't it? It's going to do now. Decide that it can't turn properly. No, it's going to do it. And then it's going to... It's amazing how quickly the hired help can stop. It really is. Right, it's going to go flying down across this side. And yeah, it just puts the manure out at a set rate. It doesn't kind of go faster when you get... It's not ground driven distribution, which a lot of these older machines like this, the propellers on the back, they are driven by the tractor, but the chain itself, that's actually land driven. That's got a separate gearing system that is driven by the wheel underneath, and is very little to do with the PTO on the tractor, so that the tractor itself is not driving the speed at which it goes out the back. The speed that you go over the ground, so if you're going really, really slowly up a hill, then it gets fed out really, really slowly as you're going up the hill, and that is something that you don't see represented in this game. I'm just going to stop a second. We're going to have a look. Let's just do a quick assessment on this. So we will zoom in here. We've done a little bit of mowing right there. Okay, so we go over to growth. We've got where we've done the mowing. The growth has changed. Okay, so we switch off the need plowing. We've done this bit here because we've got a track that goes along there, and there's a bit there that now hasn't been spread. Do we have a fertilizer spinner? That's the next thing I want to know. I'll go into my garage, and I'll have a look up through. Do I have a fertilizer spinner? I got pumpkins. I don't have fertilizer spinner. We've got this Pottinger twist right there. We've also got slurry everywhere, but we've not used a slurry tanker. And so what I'm thinking is we leave this for now. We don't do any more of this. Oh, we do have a slurry tanker. We've got a slurry tanker right there. We get that slurry tanker, we get that one on, and we do a little bit of slurry spreading. I'm going to back this one down over here so it's out the way of the rest of the farm. And then we're not going to have to worry about it. I think that's liquid fertilizer in that tank there. Entirely sure. Drop you down there. And we go and get the slurry tanker. Hitch this one on. And then we can go and spread that little patch that's left with slurry. And we may also do a bit more slurry somewhere else. I'm not really sure. This is not too big a slurry tanker. I'm hoping that it's going to cope just fine. He's busy yodeling. Oh, by the way, I've had a couple of requests now that I do some yodeling on this map. I don't know. I don't know if that would be a good idea or not. I genuinely don't. Not really sure if you want me to attempt yodeling. Could be interesting, I suppose. Could be quite amusing, but I'm really not sure that you want me to actually attempt yodeling. It's... I don't know. I think it could be quite scary. So, well, I'm not going to commit to anything on that, but we'll wait and see. How's that? I'll give you a wait and see. If we're going to say anything else, I'm just going to say wait and see. You can see at the moment, though, all of the slurry over, not the slurry, the manure over there. And if I come up through here, we'll see what the slurry, how the slurry compares to this when we come up through with this one. Right, start spreading that. It doesn't actually give you a texture on the ground. Now, I know that there are mods that give you textures on the ground for slurry. The slurry is coming out of this machine a little bit faster as well. I think that you wait either a day or you've got to go out of... wait, no, don't crash. Stop. It's crashed. Oh, no! Unfortunately, it's completely and totally crashed. I don't really know why. I will try to look in the logs and stuff and see if I can find any indication as to why it crashed. It may have been something to do with the slurry going on to the manure over there, or it may have been something completely unrelated happening elsewhere on the map. I'm not sure. So as you can see, we've gone back a day. I will, before I record next week's episode, just fast forward. We'd reached pretty much the end of the episode anyway. One thing I would like to do is I'd like to try towing that trailer up into the mountain with that tractor there rather than this tractor. So, I mean, we could do that just after we fast forward time, couldn't we? If I'm to get the map back to where we were at the end of the episode, I need to kind of do it now. So we'll do this. We'll do a quick test right now, and we'll see if it does work. If we can use this tractor to pull that one up, because it doesn't work with the Bureau. The Bureau struggled to get that. It couldn't get the trailer up there. This trailer was too much, and I think it's because the trailer itself is quite a bit heavier than the Pottinger. That would make sense. So we'll put that one onto there. And also, it's not only that, it's the angle of it as well. You can see the angle of that trailer is like pulling down slightly, which is making it lighter on the wheels, which I'm thinking is a bad thing for the tractor. I mean, I don't know. We're down to 3k going up this bit. Whether or not that's going to continue to be an issue. We did struggle on this point here with this one and the Pottinger, and I very nearly gave up right there because it kind of grounded itself out ever so slightly. But it seems to have gotten through that bit all right. It's whether it'll get... I think we will go all the way up to... No, it was this point where we grounded out slightly, and this was the bit that I thought, oh no, we may as well give up because it's just not going to work. That was when we had the Pottinger on this linear tractor. So at the moment we're going up through, it might be a little bit slower than the Bureau overall, because the Bureau I'm pretty sure was going a bit faster than this at this point, but it's not the speed that it gets up there, it's whether or not it can get up there at all that's really going to count. We're getting into the first proper steep patch, which is just going up out of these trees here. We're crawling 3k, but at the moment we're still going. And that's kind of what I would consider to be the crucial aspect here, is it is at least still moving, and it hasn't dropped below 3k yet, which again I'm taking as a good sign-ish, although it gets a lot steeper further up than this piece right here. It starts to sort of, oh no, we've gone down to 2k now. Yeah, well, we got a little bit of wheel spin on the top side. Starting to pick up a bit. We'll see. On our last couple of trips, we were using this area here as kind of our recovery space. We had a bit of recovery time here before we really had to start pushing it for that piece there. You know, we almost like built up a little bit of run up. We're down to 3k at the bottom of this slope. So the big question is whether or not it can actually go up that bit, or if this one's going to be the same as the Bureau and it's just not going to do it. The other thing that I'm wondering about is to get the mod where you have that bar and we put the bar on the front and then we pull them like that. So we have both the tractors on follow me, one of them on the bar on the front and then one of them behind. The front wheels are spinning on this one, but we're still actually moving. This is the bit that currently has me somewhat surprised, is that it is still moving. Sure which way I want to turn, whether or not I want to turn. So there's a cow out there. There's a cow has escaped from the... Well, I suppose it's not really escape, is it? They can go where they want. We don't have fences across this bit. It's still going. Are we going to get... If I can just move it round that way, this corner here, this is going to be it. And there he stops. It's that one little bit there. As soon as I touched the brakes and changed it slightly, that was it. It's not going to start. I'm going to try again. I'm going to try taking this up a little bit further this time. I did have to back down a fair way in order for it to start moving again. But now that it's moving, it hasn't actually let up yet, although it goes up just a little bit steeper right there. And that was the point, once the trailer reached that slightly steeper part, that it didn't like it. It kind of stopped. So if I can go just a little bit further, because that's the point there that we got last time when I was trying to turn. We've now gone further than we've ever gone before, and there we go, we've reached our limit. Right. So, what I'm thinking is, it doesn't like this. All we're doing is dancing around. We've got another option. As long as that one doesn't fall down. We take this one here. Transporting. I get this one and I run this one up behind it and we try using follow me. I'm not going to use the tow bar. All I'm going to do is I'm going to put follow me. I'm going to use this one on follow me to follow the other one, and then I'm going to push up behind, and I'm hoping the combined effort of this one pushing that tractor and then that tractor up there. Okay, I didn't leave it like that, so it ran back down of its own accord. With we're very lucky it didn't tip that over. Right. We're very lucky it didn't tip that trailer over. Let's go this way. It's not going to... Because the only option that I think that we've got is pretty much straight up there. It might be able to do it if we go straight up there. But if not, I've got another idea with that Bureau down behind us. Just to see if we can use that one to push us up. I mean, yeah, in real life, if it was spinning like this, you wouldn't be doing this because you'd have churned the ground up to nothing and the track would be bouncing and it would be completely unsafe. So that's what I did wrong. I shouldn't have gone that way. We've already gone further now and we've made it. I would say that we have now made it. Just get round over this way slightly. I don't want to stop yet. I just want to bring it over to this way. There we go. 4K. Right. We'll stop there. We'll leave it at that point right there. And that will do us. And we'll leave the other tractor down there. So we have run out of time. Yes, we've lost a day because it crashed. So we've lost our muck spreading. I may not fast forward, actually, back to where we were. I might actually just do it slightly differently. And we'll have another go. I'll see before I do the next episode. Well, you can comment down below. Let me know if you think I should just fast forward and go back to roughly where we were. Or if I should try and do it a little bit differently. Maybe we won't do muck spreading out there. Maybe we could just do a bit of slurry or something like that. Or I could go and get some fertilizer. We could try doing some fertilizer spreading instead. We'll have to see. But it was quite interesting being able to get that one up here, so we at least know that we can do that. But anyway, if you've enjoyed the episode, then please head down below and give us a like. And if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me. Get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. And until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.